Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however and whenever you find it, it is the right time for you to be getting this message. You are asking for information, clarification, guidance, confirmation, affirmation on something you've been working on recently or something that's going to come up in the either today or in the near future. Sometimes these readings go a little bit longer than just the day that they're uploaded. So please feel welcome in this space. The only thing you're ever going to hear from this channel is love and encouragement and support. You can consider it your morning cheerleading session, your morning rah-rah. And this is exactly what you're going to get from this channel. If you feel so inclined to like and or subscribe, I don't get any money from these videos. This will never be a monetized channel, but it does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and find this channel. So if you feel so inclined to do that, also if you feel so inclined to leave a comment, as I said, this channel is all about you, and the only reason why I'm here is because of you. So thank you so much for joining us today. We have been going through the Crystal Grid Oracle by Nicola McIntosh, and today's card is card number 13, which represents fun. And our crystal of the day is orange calcite. And I very, very excited about this. Obviously, fun is always a good topic to be talking about. Before we go into the book and see what the reading is for the book itself, I do want to get as much image information as we can. What are we looking at in terms of the card that we've pulled, the number that's on the card, the crystals that are there, as well as the shape of the grid that this is in for this particular reading. So we'll start out with the number 13. And we know the number 13 reduces down to a 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 is the door. 4 is one of those portal cards, 2s and 4s. You can think of it like if you had 4 ones, you'd have 2 columns on one side, 2 columns on the other side. And you walking through that door. So these are cards that are inviting us to move out of one phase that we're in and to move into a new phase, something that we have not explored before with this 4 as the door. Okay, so that's a good way to remember 4 is the door. If you come across the number 4, there may be something where you're being requested or invited to change your opinion, your point of view, your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, your belief structure. There may be something that is slightly out of whack and needs to be adjusted. So be mindful if anything feels uncomfortable in your immediate world. Okay, that can be how you feel about yourself. If you maybe not been eating the best, healthiest food that is available to you for where you are, your circumstances specific to you. If that's something that you need to address, that might be the case. Maybe spending a little money in areas that could be spent in better areas. Something needs to be tweaked slightly when you see a 4. Okay, so be looking for those kinds of things that feel slightly out of whack and just readjust, recalibrate, and get centered back into the path that is right for you 100%, or as close to it as you can get. Okay, that's the whole definition of living your authentic life and being your authentic self, which is all we offer or talk about on this channel. Thank you guys so much for being so patient with that never-ending message. But really, this is the only way that we heal ourselves. And the only way we can heal the planet, if we want to stop war, if we want to stop conflict and strife, the only way we can do it is by first healing ourselves. We have to make sure that we are as whole and complete and authentic in our integrity, in our self-love and self-acceptance and self-compassion. Okay? That's what I've got for you for the number. That's just for the number. Now let's talk about the grid itself before we go into the crystals that we're working with here. But we've got a 16-sided star, and I looked up. There's not a lot of information on this. It is called a hexadecagram. hexadecagram, okay? 16-sided star. And of course, 16 would be two eights. Eights are infinity. Also, 16 reduces down to a 7, okay? 7 is a very holy number. So is 13, okay? We had 12 disciples plus Jesus. We have 13 lunar months. So there's a lot of power just in the numerology of this card itself. And I know a lot of people that are listening to this channel, listening to this video right now, are numerologists. So if there's anything that I ever say that's not exactly 100% accurate, please if you feel so inclined, go ahead and leave those comments and let me know if I need to fine tune what I'm talking about as well. Okay. But the 16-sided star was actually, according to some people, possibly used as the plan for the city of Parthenope, Neapolis, the historic center of Naples, Italy, which was founded in the early 5th century BC by Greek colonists. The geometry and geographical orientation was chosen so that Neapolis could be recognized as the city of Helios, or Apollo, the sun god of the Greeks, and Parthenope, the deified royal ancestor, or the siren, after whom the city was named. In fact, Neapolis's streets are cosmologically oriented using a 16-rayed hexadecagram geometry to emphasize the Apollonian solar cults, the Apollo solar cults. These geometries were apparently inspired by the specific paths of the sun as seen during the solstices from the city. So I thought that was very, very interesting. Now let's talk a little bit about the stones that we're working with, in particular orange calcite, and then we've also got some citrine in here. And I've got some very interesting information on citrine as well. So orange calcite, obviously the color orange, we are working with the solar plexus here, which represents our 3D reality experience that we're having right now. And I've also talked a lot on this channel about how we need to be working with our first 3 chakras, the base, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, 1, 2, 3. I had those backwards, the last 2. I apologize for that. We can call it Mercury retrograde, but I don't have to do that. It doesn't have to affect you if you don't want it to. Just FYI, the retrogrades in general, you don't have to. You can work with planets instead of trying to counter what they're doing. Work with them, just like working with the rest of the weather. It's just a weather system. We're just going through a weather system. We go through this Mercury retrograde how many times a year. We should have figured out by now how to deal with it effectively and not have it mess up what we're working with. Okay, so do your research on the retrogrades in general, Mercury retrograde in particular, or whatever retrograde we are going through at the moment when you pull this reading, when you pull this video for this card. Okay. But orange calcite obviously resonates with your solar plexus, the sacral chakra. Orange calcite is the perfect stone to use when trying to unlock and unleash your creative energies. Remember, the solar plexus is where we are manifesting our 3D reality, where we're taking what we're feeling, our emotions, what we're thinking, our thoughts, and putting those together and creating our reality. And we're manifesting 24/7, whether we're aware of it or not. We just need to be paying more attention to what we're doing. So anyway, orange calcite. We have got the perfect stone to use when unlocking and unleashing your creative energies. It's one of the very few stones that helps circulate these energies throughout the body, assisting in removing certain blockages when needed. When our creative energies are flowing freely, we become more comfortable with ourselves and the current environment at hand. This usually leads to an increase in confidence and self-esteem. We always recommend orange calcite for anyone who feels down on themselves. This calcite variety is a very positive and uplifting stone. Its orange rays mirror that of the sun, producing and unleashing certain endorphins within the body. Anyone who is looking for the fire to be relit inside of them, this is the stone for you. So we're not just talking about fun, like recreational, like get out there and, have some, recreational time. That's important, but fun, literally, that what we're talking about here is that energy, that creative, explosive energy. Remember when we were kids and everything that we did, we invested 100% of our attention and our focus into it and ourselves. And if things didn't go well, we were devastated. When things went amazing, we were exhilarated. So it's that kind of expansive, all-inclusive. We now know as adults, we can, we don't have to lose ourself and our identity in what we're doing anymore. We've gotten past that, right? So, but orange calcite, very, very cool stone. We're also working with citrine here. And I had mentioned in a previous reading that involved some amethyst, some information, but I do want to reiterate, and I did not know this, so I probably got some of this other stuff. I'm just going to put it that way, because there is much debate as to the true history and correct identification of citrine. Multiple civilizations have used the word citrione to describe any yellow gemstone in color. So oftentimes these gemstones are actually quartz, topaz, jade, aventurine, beryls. To this date, we cannot find a defining period of when naming citrine had occurred. Natural citrine is a very rare and expensive stone, with some specimens selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Due to this, a large counterfeit market was created. This group has flooded the mineral world with fake versions, which are simply heat-treated amethyst or smoky quartz. When one is looking to purchase a natural piece of citrine, you need to be extremely wary of the seller as well as its color and size. The best way to describe citrine's natural hue is a faint tint of yellow or orange. Any bold shade or any vibrant color should immediately raise questions. Also, be wary of the size. Any piece over a few inches in size should range for at least several $100s, if not thousands, depending on the quality. So I can guarantee you I probably have some fake citrine in my house that I've been using, thinking it was citrine all along because I didn't know. So there's a little PSA for you guys. But let's talk a little bit about the meaning of citrine. And we, a lot of us that are working with crystals as a general rule may be more familiar with this than some of you that have not. So this will be more information for folks that aren't necessarily as familiar with citrine as others might be. Citrine is the master of one's creative center, which houses some of our strongest manifestation energies. This area has been known to be the key to not only unlocking our personal will, but to also unlocking our truest desires. When one is truly looking for a change or a spark of imagination, citrine's energies has no bounds. Grasping this stone each day and letting the universe hear your goals will amplify its energies tenfold. It's not just about thinking or wanting, but rather focusing and doing. When citrine brings our root chakra into play, it allows us to bring our truest desires into life. Change is something that we are all seeking, but not all of us truly are ready to work towards that change. So very, very interesting information about the citrine, orange citrine, and how we need to be wary of what we're buying when we're purchasing crystals. But you don't have to have the crystal in your hand in order to work with its energy. The reason why we have these cards is so that we can bring forward that crystal energy through this crystal grid structure that we've got and incorporate that energy into our lives personally right now, right where we are. So this reading, I guess, is going to go a little bit long. I can see from the timer. Oh, well. Good information for you guys, so I'm not going to skimp on it. Well, let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for today for card number 13, Fun. With orange calcite, citrine, quartz, and optical calcite, our keywords are fun, emotional balance, and energizing. Orange calcite is such an uplifting stone, known to be beneficial in bringing light and laughter into your life. Are you in need of some fun? Have you been taking life too seriously? Or do you feel like your emotions are like a roller coaster? Whenever you become very emotional and teary or have a creative block, you should look to your sacral chakra. It is the water element chakra and therefore is attached to emotions, which is energy in motion. It is also the chakra associated with relationships with partners, finance, and sexuality for females, and is the seat of your creativity. When there is imbalance in this area, you need to bring back your emotional balance. Orange calcite is a perfect stone to help bring you some balance, inspiration, and confidence. It will lift your mood and energize you, and may even insert some passion into your life. If you are experiencing a creative block, is it aligned with a relationship issue you may be going through? Sometimes you don't need to pinpoint what the situation is, but if you can recognize the signs of which chakra is involved, you can use crystals accordingly. Remember, everything is energy, regardless of the situation that created the imbalance. Work at shifting or restoring energy, and you will get results. When you shift into using your creative energy, you move into a state of flow, which allows you to turn your thinking brain off, if just for a little while. It's important to make the switch and let your hair down. It's not only a fun thing to do, but it's also therapeutic. And how many times have we heard about you need to have a good balance of work and play, of study and enjoyment, right? Everything needs to be in balance. That is how we can live the best lives that we can, is if everything is in balance and we're not leaning into one extreme versus the other. I think that probably holds true with just about everything in life. All right, we have a little exercise at the end of our reading. If you're having relationship issues or just need to break away from being stuck in a routine, you could try using art as your therapy, as it works with the same chakra, the third chakra. Meditating with this card or carrying orange calcite with you will have the same effect. Be creative and wear something orange today. Or eat orange foods if that works for you. Bring orange into your aura and have fun doing it. I love that. All right, so our color for the day is orange, and I encourage you to bring this reading into your personal experience right now by choosing to wear something orange. Okay, it can be socks, it can be a hairband. For guys, it can be, I don't know, something in your pocket. You are the only person who has to know that it's there. It can be something that nobody else sees. It can be something in your underwear. I don't care, but have fun with it. That's the point of the reading of this card. And honestly, it's the point of life in general. We are supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be enjoying being here. Not everything is fun. Not everything is all candy and roses and sweetness and light. But we have the option always in any situation to bring light into it, to bring love into it, to bring fun into it if we can. Okay? And if we can't, there are some things genuinely that we cannot bring an element of fun into. My daughter is going through something physically right now. So that's not something that looks like fun from our perspective at the moment, but we can find funny jokes to share between ourselves, to make each other laugh, to make it easier for her to be stronger, healthier, to overcome whatever it is, the challenges that she's dealing with right now. Okay? We know, what is it they say? We've been hearing this for how many hundreds of years? Laughter is the best medicine. So if you've been feeling sick, if you've been feeling low, I'll tell you the thing that helped me most with getting over that whole head cold last week was taking time out to rest, taking time out to do art. I did a lot of art. I did a lot of watching silly YouTube videos that just cracked me up, that I spent a lot of time laughing. Laughing does a lot of things for you, just physically, the physical manifestation of laughing. That diaphragm expansion and contraction that happens when we laugh releases endorphins and makes us feel better, actually become healthier. And when we're healthier, we're happier. It's really difficult to be happy when you're not feeling well. So having fun means bringing fun into your experience, however, and as often as you can. So have fun with it today. Have fun with the day. When something comes up, and we know something's going to come up, somebody's going to drive stupid on the freeway or something, somebody's going to say something to you at the grocery store or at work, or your kids are going to do something. You're just kind of like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to put something fun into this? Just as soon as you ask that question, you're going to be shifting the energy of the situation and bringing positive energy into what was at that previous moment a very negative viewpoint, right? So it means literally everything. And anything that you can do to bring that fun element into your daily life is going to benefit you. It's going to benefit the people that are in your immediate environment. It's going to benefit everybody because we are all connected, quantumly entangled. There is no separation between any of us. So what you do and what you're going through in your life affects me. What I'm doing and what I'm going through in my life affects you. And I want to be a responsible human. I want to be a responsible person in this collective and be doing everything I can to bring in that light, to bring in that laughter, to bring in that fun. So I'll be wearing something orange today, probably a hairband. And I encourage you to do the same. Have fun with it. Have fun with the day. I love you. You are amazing. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.